This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Light heavy or catch weight? No, he wants to fight him at light heavy. That to me says, okay, that's a dangerous fight.
Moving up in weight. A task for some that comes more naturally than others. The physical strain, the mental battle, and the hardship of sustaining the essentials: speed, timing, and reflexes. All this combined with facing a bigger man, used to the weight and familiar with taking harder and heavier shots. It's a risky move for any fighter, one that can either spell disaster or bring sensational reward.
My strength and effort, and give the best that I have at the ring, and that day we can yell, Viva Mexico.
And rightly so. The bold step up in weight class precedes an irrefutable dose of respect and praise. Likewise, the rewards for a fighter like Canelo Alvarez are drastic. And simply put, the difference between being a champion of his era and a legend of the sport.
Over 50 fights and still getting better. It's pretty scary.
November 2nd sees him step up into the light heavyweight division, bidding to become a 4-time world champion by beating a man who, just a few years ago, was considered one of boxing's most dangerous. One of the top few light heavyweights of the current crop, with over 250 total fights, both professional and amateur, to his name. Sergey the Crusher Kovalev.
Sometimes the hits come from where you don't know where they're coming.
A collision of a slick, fast all-rounder in the Mexican against a heavy-handed, robust, and tough Russian opponent.
Seeing why no one wants to get in the ring with Kovalev.
Please click thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell button to be notified of our latest videos as we take a closer look at a Fight of the Year contender in Saul Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation. This video is sponsored by CatBeast, an online store where you can create custom embroidered hats at the click of a button. Press the link in the description below and create your custom snapback today. For this fight, boxing's biggest star looks to stake another huge claim. A win that, making him a quadruple weight champion, takes him a step closer to being etched alongside the all-time greats.
And someday Canelo, you know, he's gonna go down in the Hall of Fame.
And by moving up and beating the bigger, rangier, and more powerful man, puts even more momentum in his favor for pound supremacy. Not only would victory help secure his name in the history books, but he would further emphasize the recent rejuvenation of Mexican boxing. After Ruiz's incredible upset back in June, there are now 10 world champions, right down to Elwin Soto at light flyweight. Now at 52, 1 and 2, only that night against another Hall of Fame fighter, Floyd Mayweather, stands out on Canelo's record. And having beat some of the sport's biggest names, some in emphatic style, the last 5 years have seen his stock rise exponentially.
He comes out and methodically takes his opponent apart.
Most recently, we've seen Alvarez beat Golovkin in much more convincing fashion in their rematch last year. Then rocky fielding at the end of the year.
Beautiful body shot. It is over.
Before outpointing Danny Jacobs last time out in a closely fought points win back in May. The only question right now is how well can he adapt to moving up, not 1, but 2 weights. Especially considering that, despite Golovkin and Jacobs being huge middleweight punchers, the power of Kovalev at light heavy will be a different ballgame. The outing at the MGM for Kovalev will be much different. And for better or for worse, November will be a huge month for the Russian, one that he's never likely to forget. dealing with assault charges outside the ring, the question of what's left and how far he's diminished with age come at as bad of a time as any.
Canelo might be stretching a little too far. You can't keep moving up in weight and keep fighting punchers, because one day you're gonna, take a punch you can't handle.
Despite being widely considered for his power and relentless style as one of the sport's most dangerous men, the last 3 years for Kovalev have been a true roller coaster.
Kovalev wants to put an exclamation point on it. 1 minute to go. He's dominated the fight. He's got it in the bag. He's taking risks.
With back-to-back defeats to Andre Ward and a rectified knockout loss to a different Alvarez. Also, after being made to look vulnerable against lively Brit Anthony Yarde in August, the Crusher looks to be in a true do-or-die stage of his career.
At the right, he's got the champion going. Oh, tremendous attack!
If they took this fight because they think he's finished, then they've made a big miscalculation. If they took it because they want to test their skills against the very best, then we're going to have a great fight.
There's no doubt that credit must go to Canelo, who moves up 2 weights. In a career where he has always stepped up to fight the best.
That's enough.
Though, side by side, the Russian holds all the advantages. Barring the 7-year age difference, Kovalev's height and reach are comfortably greater. And not just that, his frame is substantially larger. Professional for the best part of 15 years, Canelo has built the more stacked professional resume of the two. And with almost 8 of those spent in and around elite level, it's clear why Canelo holds all the cards. Though, with Kovalev's 193-22 amateur record compared to Alvarez's relatively short amateur campaign, both are very familiar with the big stage. However, in a complete flip reverse, off paper it's equally hard to find a skill-based attribute where Kovalev truly outclasses Canelo. Footwork, speed, skill, combinations, counters, he has it all. And so the one thing that will neutralize things, as often the case in the sweet science, will be sheer power. Whilst Canelo won't lose actual power on the way up, he will lose relative power in comparison to the Russian. And just how well he deals with that, along with the size difference, will be the story of the fight.
He might get stopped against the bigger, stronger, jab-driven, right-hand concussive Kovalev.
Canelo's faith, you would think, purely comes down to his confidence in outboxing Kovalev and punishing him to the body. He stands arguably the more solid under pressure, with a chin to boot.
And there's a lot of fans for Canelo. Big shot there from Jacobs, nice left cross, but Canelo able to just shrug it off.
Contrastingly, how well Sergey can keep him at range and prevent him unloading close up will play a huge part. And if that forces Alvarez to be reckless on his way in, we could see a real dogfight.
I don't have a definite answer.
I do.
I can see Canelo stopping him.
Stop it.
But the only question is, how's he going to get through the reach?
We could even see a repeat of March's mega fight, where Mikey Garcia struggled, stepping up 2 divisions against Errol Spence, unable to get his shots off effectively, in which case, the Mexican could have truly bitten off more than he can chew.
First time Pascal has ever been knocked down as a pro.
Will Kovalev's vulnerability be exposed in what could be one of his last chances at elite level?
He doesn't have to hit him just right to get something done. He just has to hit him.
Or will his power and ring generalship at the greater weight simply be too much too soon for boxing's biggest asset?
He has extraordinary power.
The November matchup was easily made over the 3rd Golovkin fight due to the 2 promotional outfits, Golden Boy and Main Event's exceptional working relationship. Hoping to cross-promote, share, and broadcast their shows, the fight was put together with little setbacks. Though, by declaring the trilogy fight absolutely set for 2020, boxing fans have plenty to look forward
How
to.
confident are you that we will see a third fight between Golovkin and Canelo?
There's no doubt whatsoever.
Two tough, relentless, and powerful boxers finally collide in a mouth-watering 175-pound collision course. Canelo versus Kovalev.